egg-shaped concrete fermenter. Something which we're really lucky to obtain because it is the only one in Eastern Europe. But this huge concrete egg, by my opinion, brings a lot of mineral taste of the wine, and at the same time lets the wine breathe through the porous concrete without adding any flavors like the oak does. So generally,
once again, rather like your Gewürztraminer, you've got that lovely kind of pale green. Well, it's a fullish yellow, but with a kind of green tint, which I really like. So it's a very attractive colour. I find the nose on a Chardonnay hard to describe, and actually Chardonnay is a grape which more than any other grape in my view, takes its aroma and its flavours from where it's grown. So Chardonnay and Chablis will have a different aroma to Chardonnay and Puligny-Montrachet, a different aroma to Chardonnay and Macon. And so you do have the green apple, white fruits, slight white peach, fresh white melon. There is white summer fruits, not yellow summer fruits, white summer fruits. Very attractive. And you can sense just on the nose, the wine is quite fleshy. It's quite, you can see that also on the glass, you can see it's quite viscous. I think if that had been matured in oak, it would have added nothing, and in fact it would have taken away from a wonderful freshness. And I mean, I've seen these eggs, both oak eggs and concrete eggs, and people who have them say they're particularly marvellous. And I've had them explained as it's the ultimate perfect size, and all that's been explained to me. But it's still a bit of a mystery. It's obviously worked extremely well with that wine because it's got so much natural vigour and vibrancy, and it's just a beautiful wine, and it's got weight without being heavy. I mean, if I were to compare that not in flavours but in weight, I'd compare it to a Chassagne-Montrachet Premier Cru. Even moving a little bit higher up the scale, it's got. You couldn't possibly compare it to Courtin-Charmagne because Courtin-Charmagne is so stony. This has the fleshiness and weight of a good Premier Cru Burgundy, but of course without the oak, so it reflects your vineyard. And there again, the vines are young, so you planted in 2006. That's amazing. I think you should buy more eggs.
It's really hard. Really hard because the queue is really long, and the producers are only 2 in the whole world.
Yeah, but I think
that's right.
Yes, I like actually this Chardonnay. I like very much. That's why, as well, along with my wine to the UK market, I'm taking on board his wines because I like them very much, and I think the vineyard he's got is really very well organized, and the grapes he's producing are of extremely high quality. One of probably the best vineyards. It's not a secret that a lot of people buying grape from him.
It's a lovely natural sweetness. And I mean natural, when I use natural sweetness, I don't mean sweet, but natural ripeness. And the sweet middle palate. The middle palate is really wonderful, and then it refreshed by the slightly citrusy sort of acidity. Lovely wine. And very Chardonnay, I mean, in terms of texture, in terms of weight.
So we have succeeded.
Yeah, very good. Well, should we go on to yours?
Okay, so basically same vineyard.
Yeah.
Different approach. Wild ferment in 500 liters to no. So it's slightly different. On lease for several months. No enzymes, nothing weird used. in the wine. So it's a pretty much straightforward process of making the wine. A little bit of fining at the end. And that's pretty much it.
Well, the colour is just a little bit more full, a little bit more yellow. Still very fresh, so very bright.
And it's 500 liters Bulgarian oak. I use mainly Bulgarian oak. I don't use so much French oak for two reasons. One is because it's very expensive. And two, because I think it gives a slightly more different character. The previous vintage of the Chardonnay, I did divide in two the wine: French oak with cultivated yeast and Bulgarian oak with wild yeast. So I would say that it had more personality, the one with in Bulgarian oak with.
Well, that would make sense. Wild yeast.
Yes. Yeah. So I decided to go for the whole production in this one.
Yeah, well, you can sense. I can sense on the nose there's a little more complexity in the sense that is perfect now. Whereas this, I think, still needs to come out. It needs another 6 months or so. So obviously the oak aging and maybe a little bit of batanage that has added this extra texture and extra flesh without detracting from the freshness. But, it's richer. I mean, I can sense it's more worked. It's a very interesting contrast because that I always describe Chardonnay as being a spherical wine because it shouldn't have any hard edges, but that's got a lovely freshness and hint of verticality about it. Whereas this is more unctuous and with very good acidity, but it's more unctuous. It's richer on the palate. It's more mouth coating, but it still needs, and there's a hint of, it still needs to be another 6 months.
Yes, I know. That's why my clients were pestering me the last 6 months. When is released the wine? Not yet. They were like,
I think we should release that in September or something like that.
Yes, but I'm little by little starting releasing it now. But obviously September is ideal. I think
it's very good. I mean, I think on a morning in May, the wine I'd like to drink now is that one. But I think come September, I think I certainly with a roast chicken or something, or a nice fish, that's very good.
Yes.
But there, I mean, there's no way I would either. Not that I don't have enough experience of Bulgarian wine to pick them out as Bulgarian. But on the European circuit, those wines are as good as, and they're very good examples of Chardonnay. Very good.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
I think we are working in the right direction. There is a lot of work, but the direction is right, I think.
And even though yours is an oak, it's 500 litres, and there's no oakiness. And as Ed said, oak is sometimes used to cover up something.
Yes.
And if it adds something, it might not be what you want, whereas that is completely harmonious.
Yeah, well, I personally think that Bulgarian oak in 500 liters is much more subtle than the 225. 225 can be a little bit new face, a little bit. So I think it's more balanced if you use the larger vessels.
Sometimes I decide to make an oak one or barrel fermented. Definitely I will use a big volume.
Yes, because it's more gentle on the juice.
That's a bigger wine. I mean, it's more grown in a sense. It's where it's very interesting.
Okay.
And the fact that they come from the same vineyard means that the grapes can be used either in that style or in that style, and they're both extremely successful. It comes back once again to the vineyard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to the start.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.